There are certain emergencies you can expect to see firefighters respond to. Obviously, fires, car crashes, and health emergencies.
Yeah, this last one has hit new heights because of the dangerous drug fentanyl. Firefighters told me it's to the point where they're using overdose medication more than any other life-saving treatment they have.
Winston Fire Dispatch 1.
When the trucks at Fire Station 14 in Winston-Salem roll out on an emergency call, they're prepared for just about anything. Lately, they've responded to a lot more overdose calls involving fentanyl.
It's all around us in this area.
Captain Chase Swaim has been with the department for nearly 15 years. He's seen the rise in overdose calls and the uncertainty the dangerous drug creates for his team.
Fentanyl is in all different kinds of drugs, so it's just unknown.
Making the risk that much greater, and it's got lots of people hooked.
I do remember on a couple occasions seeing the same patient twice in one day.
You've likely heard about the dangerous effects of fentanyl. The North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services says the man-made opioid is up to 100 times more potent than morphine. Even a small dose packs a punch. Experts say an amount equal to 5 grains of salt can lead to trouble breathing, dizziness, even possible overdose. So when firefighters come across a substance that could be fentanyl,
all right, the first thing we do, we make sure that we isolate the substance, make sure that we have the appropriate personal protective equipment on. The hazmat team will go in and they'll do some chemical testing on it.
Captain John Powell is a safety training officer for the Winston-Salem Fire Department. He says calls involving unknown substances have increased exponentially in the last 5 or 6 years, and it's forcing them to evolve.
As technology changes, so does our equipment and our responsibilities.
Part of that upgrade in equipment is a machine called Red Wave. It uses infrared technology to identify suspicious substances, even if it's not what it seems.
And oftentimes in fentanyl, they'll be cut with different products, and it'll actually show the other things that's also in that, and what percentage of concentration that they're in as well.
Identifying a substance helps first responders more effectively treat the person who's overdosed. Naloxone, known more commonly as Narcan, has changed the game for saving the lives of overdose patients.
Years past, we didn't carry that drug, but now it's something that we carry on every unit now.
We give it out more than we give out smoke detectors, it seems. I mean, it's very common.
Last year, the Winston-Salem Fire Department administered 406 doses of Narcan, more than once a day. They say they're on track to beat that number this year.
Compared to the other drugs we carry on the truck, I'd say we give it 20 to 1.
And it's highly effective at bringing overdose patients back to life.
I'd say 99% of the time the patient is awake before they get on the ambulance. Very frequently, they're awake before the ambulance gets to the scene.
Training first responders has also evolved as deadly opioids have become more common.
It's necessary for us to be able to make sure everybody's trained to a certain level to be able to use that medication and be able to identify an overdose.
That includes following strict protocol, like wearing personal protective equipment to every call. All of this adding to a growing concern over fentanyl.
I guess the fear of the unknown. I mean, if it's something you can't see, and it can be around, you don't know for sure if you've touched it or not.
No doubt it's having an impact on the profession overall.
You try to look out for one another and your crew members. And
mental health is always top of mind.
How do you come back from some of the things you go to and go back to sleep? That's not normal. I think you develop a sort of a shield, if you will. When the bell goes off, it's time to go to work.
Captain Swaim told me they hold a debriefing after every critical incident so they can talk about what they saw and experienced. The department also has a peer support team that firefighters can go to for help.